You wanted me to have a look at BNB. Someone did. I've got it. I've got my eyes on bit BTC on the screen, so if I see anything, I will. I'll put it back into BTC. This is nice. Look, got a 12-month level. Break. Back test. We're back testing the 12-month level now. What's the 12-month level? Why have I got a 12-month level there? From this level there. We've gone up into the 12 month. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, there it is. Look, yearly level. See that? It's a yearly level. Okay, so what's happening now? That's a really powerful level because it represents a yearly liquidity level. And on Binance, what we've done on Binance is we've gone through it and we've come back to test it. So what you're seeing now is a back test of this yearly level. And that's quite good. That's what you want to see. You're flipping a higher time frame level into support. Effectively, that's what's happening. Now, these higher time frame levels, it takes time. It's not going to just back test in 1 week and carry on. Potentially, what you need is a few weeks here for continuation, if that's what is going to happen, or potentially a few weeks here and a failed auction. There's like 2 options, but right now it's showing strength because you're above this yearly level and the price is trying to back test it as support. So this week hasn't completed yet. I think you probably need a few weeks of back testing. Like, this is the first week after the pump up. This is the first week. Maybe you need another week, maybe even another week. Maybe you need 3 weeks of back testing here, holding that level before you get some kind of continuation on this move. All right, and that's going to coincide with Bitcoin. All of this, you have to bear that in mind. All of these tokens, these coins, are moving according to what Bitcoin is doing. We are in a bit of a consolidation here. You can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but that you can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you had a little 5 wave here. So we've basically come to the top of our wave 5. Looking at this whole consolidation range, this is your wave 1 starting on October. We've completed wave 1 now. Okay, so you see that line that I drew out? That for me, that was a sign of strength, to getting back above that line. We lost it, we got back, we lost it. As soon as you got back above it, it rallied. Okay, so I was interested in this, and the other thing I was interested in was this higher time frame channel that I drew. And what you can see is that as soon as the price was able to get back above the channel, properly back above it, I'm on the 3-day time frame now. Here, it came all the way back tested it pretty much perfectly to the dollar. Look at that. And exploded 70%. Yeah, it's quite interesting. So we know that channel is being respected. You can tell that parallel channel is being respected. We're back above the yearly level now. That is what you want to see, but you probably want to see a little bit of a consolidation here now. And effectively what we're experiencing, looking at the whole of Binance Coin's history, I haven't done an EW count on this. So I should do it, but I haven't done it. Let me have a look at these previous lines to see if I had anything interesting. Nothing really. I'm not going to go into the previous historic EW counts, Elliott waves, but you can clearly see that we've just had 5 waves. Okay, just here. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's pretty easy to see. 5 is the extent of the first wave, and now we're in a wave 2 correction, potentially for the next move. The next move is going to be the wave 3, and you'll start with wave 1 of 3. That's what I'm seeing here. And you can do some kind of easy to do trend based. Let me have a look at this trend based. I'm keeping an eye on the Bitcoin, by the way, so I'm not actually looking at the live stream. Cactus is saying Doge looks good and futures soon. All right. I'll kind of pop back to it. I'm just keeping an eye on Bitcoin while I'm doing this. You can do an EW count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's your EW count for the wave 1, and now we're in a correction. It's an A, B, C. Potentially we've done our A, and now we're doing our B. Potentially it's kind of following Bitcoin. A lot of things are following Bitcoin. I'll hide that now. And then what you can do based on that idea is do this trend-based fib. And I'll do this one exact. Just want to see what the exact numbers are. Okay, so 1, 2. Is so this wasn't the end of 1, that was the correction. It was like an extended correction. It was probably 1 was to here. Okay, so I don't know if I did that correctly. Let me look. So this 1 is actually to here, I think. And what I'm seeing is that it corrected all the way up to the 1.618. You see that? It not corrected, it expanded. So you had the 1, you had like an A, B, C, then you had another one. That was your end of 2. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw that correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was your end, and look, it went all the way into the 1.618 of this trend base extension. Then you had another correction, and that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. You had like an A, B, C, D, E correction here. I'll show you. There's A, B, C, D, E. It was kind of like that. That was your 1. There, 1. It's kind of really messy. It's like 1, like a 2, 3. I don't know. Let me just make this up. It's kind of like this. 1, 2. It doesn't really matter. It's really just pumpy. It's pumpy. It's hard to see Elliott waves when the price just keeps on pumping. So you have these really rubbish, like that's a correction there. So that one's the 5. That's the 5. That's the 2. So the 3 is probably coming up to there, probably down to there. So you had probably the 1 on this last leg, doesn't really matter. Let's just say it's to the, that's not correct because the 3 can't be shorter than the 1 if the 5 is the longest. So then that means this is probably started here. That would be correct because the 3 is longer than the 1, therefore the 5 can be the longest. That means this correction was all the way till there. Doesn't really matter, all of this. It's just for fun. Something like that. Something like that. We put all of that into my Elliott Wave folder. And then you have this 1.618, and then you can do another trend-based fib from the 2 to the 3 to where this begins here. It overextended. You see, it went all the way up beyond the 1.618. I know it looks correct because it looks like we're getting a reaction off the 1.618 here. It looks correct. That's kind of how you know whether your fibs are correct, when you start seeing perfect reactions. Yeah, so I've just drawn that now, and then you can see that you're getting a really nice reaction off the 1.618. So this price overextended, and now the price has fallen back underneath the 1.618 extension, and this yearly level lies with the 1.272. So you kind of, now it's in a correction, you kind of want it to just stay up there, and I think that would be it for the correction. You get a nice flat correction. That would be really nice for BNB, just holding the yearly level, back testing it, and flip it into support. So we know this count is correct. This is the wave 1. Wave 1 is complete. Okay, it seems like BNB is going to the 1.618. You can see a pattern forming in the behavior of BNB. So if this is now the 1, yeah, then where's the 2 going to be? And then we can map out the 3. So if that's the 1, and let's say the 2 is there, then potentially the 3 on BNB is $3,000. Can you believe it? $3,328. It all depends on the 2, because if the 2 corrects deeper, then obviously your 1.618 extension is a lot less higher. But wherever this 2 corrects, and wherever it ends, I'm just making it up. I'm just saying it's the yearly level. It just holds. You just hold this, and then you go up. That's your beginning of your 3. And because I'm seeing that BNB loves the 1.618, that would be your target. But I mean, obviously the 1-to-1 would be a perfectly acceptable target. Like, you wouldn't necessarily aim for the high, because the 1-to-1 is already a massive gain. It's a massive increase in value. From here, it's already a 3x increase in value. BNB, that will be quite good, but then potentially you're going up to a higher target. Now, the way to know which is the strongest target is to see if there's in price discovery, because this is all going to be in price discovery. The way to know is then you have to try and do something else, like some other fib pools, and see if there's any kind of confluence between fib pools. There's the all-time high. So you do the all-time high to the bear market low, do an extension. There you can see that actually probably 2,622 would be better target, just because you have a little bit of confluence between fib levels, yeah. And here also, look, there's a little bit of confluence at 1236. That's based on the idea that this, we have a flat correction, and the bottom of the 2 is at the yearly level. Obviously, if you go deeper, it all depends. Then you'll have different levels of confluence, and that's what you want to see. You want to see confluence between a normal standard extension from the all-time high to the bear market low, and with something else, and then you'll have a nice area of confluence in price discovery for taking profit. That's probably where the price is gonna, if it does go up there, you'll probably get some resistance, and then if it goes up, you get more resistance, and that'll be areas of interest where the price will be looking to correct. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking at now, and we'll just keep it up for future reference. I think as long as you hold that yearly level, that's good. I don't think it's looking bearish because we're in a correction. Yeah, where would you enter? Well, I think it'd be better to just wait for the correction to end, and at the moment it looks like it's only just really begun. So when I'm looking at I mean, it might require Bitcoin to start moving, you know, and that's the other thing you have to bear in mind. The other thing you have to bear in mind is once Bitcoin starts moving, there might be some kind of, so this is what usually happens when Bitcoin starts moving. What you normally get is you get Bitcoin dominance go up because there's a stream of value going into Bitcoin from all of the altcoin market. Bitcoin goes up, so the fiat value of the altcoin market goes up, but the BTC value of the altcoin market goes down because it's going into Bitcoin. So the altcoins will be going up in fiat value, but actually Bitcoin will be going up much higher, much faster. So that's probably what will happen in the future. And then when you're looking at BNB, how that would impact BNB, well, it'll be a first wave. It'll be like a smaller first wave while Bitcoin has a crazy first wave potentially, and then you have a rotation of capital. So I think this is largely going to be dependent on Bitcoin when it starts moving, and potentially it's going to be in April. We might not necessarily see such a long correction. No one can predict it, but I think in April you're going to get a ton of value pour into Bitcoin, and who knows? Any questions on BNB?